Hey, welcome to Sex Talk with JoJo Bear. My name is JoJo Bear and I'm a somatic sex and intimacy coach. And thank you for watching the program today. And if you haven't subscribed, then just click on that button right below you and subscribe. And make sure you tell some friends. And if you want more information about my work, you can check out my website at www.metamorphicembodiment.com. So, I'm so excited about today's episode because I want to talk about bathhouses. Specifically, we're going to be talking about bathhouse etiquette. What is a bathhouse? Oh my God! You're going to ask that, right? That's why you're watching this video. So if you're curious about what a bathhouse is, you've never been to a bathhouse, or you're a connoisseur of bathhouses, just watch the video and I'll tell you a little bit more. Maybe you didn't know about, or maybe you do already. So bathhouses, there's plenty of gay, bisexual, and even some guys that identify as heterosexuals that go to bathhouses. And they're all over the world. They're not as popular as they used to be 20 or 30 years ago because things have changed with social media and getting on apps so you can get sex pretty quick. But bathhouses were originated so that men who were into men or men who were having sex with men could find a place to go to feel safe and comfortable and just let loose, right? One thing that I'll tell you is that bathhouses started all the way back in 1888. In New York City, the first bathhouse was called the Everard, and they dubbed it the Everhard, but it was one of the most classiest bathhouses ever. And it stood around for about 100 years. It closed its doors in about 1986. So the place really had its heyday. And in around the 1920s, there started to be more bathhouses. And to be real, even more specific, there were people like Ira and George Gershwin that actually managed some of the bathhouses. They were called the Lafayette Baths and the Produce Bathhouse. So there was another place called the Penn Post Baths in the 1920s, and that was a little bit more on the seedier side. But these bathhouses were just informal places where guys could come and hang out and just kind of connect with each other. And then, about 1950, the bathhouses started to get more owned by gay owners. So they were gay owned and operated, and they started opening up, and they would have themes and they would create like all these different parties, and so it started getting more widespread. And during that time, YMCAs were really popular and cruising was very popular, and bathhouses just created another space for men to kind of go and hang out. And then in the 70s, bathhouses were just rampant all over the country, from San Francisco to Chicago to New York. From coast to coast, there were bathhouses all over. And even Truman Capote would be seen running around in New York City bathhouses all the time. So there's a funny fact that I would tell you, that they actually had voter registration at the St. Mark's Bath for the 1980s election. Who knew, right? Then shortly afterwards, AIDS came around. And so with the AIDS and HIV getting so rampant in the country, the bathhouses started getting a real negative connotation, so they started closing a lot of these bathhouses down. In New York, they closed most of them down, and in San Francisco, they closed all of them down. And in San Francisco is one of the few cities that actually still ban bathhouses. So that's a little bit of history of the bathhouses. I'm going to tell you what happens in a bathhouse. Well, with a bathhouse, you go in, there's usually a front door. Most bathhouses are open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 7 days a week. And the bathhouses are usually dubbed as private men's clubs. So you hand your ID, they take your information. Since it's a private men's club, they can't sell your info to anywhere or anybody. And so if you're closeted or you don't want to be found out, you can be safe to say that they'll keep your privacy in check. But what you have to do is just sign a piece of paper or electronically sign that you are going to know all the rules. It's a private men's club, so you're going to have to respect all the rules there. But the thing is, You'll see every kind of man at a bathhouse, any shape, sizes, race, age. All guys end up going to the bathhouses, and they're not necessarily all about sex. Some guys just go to socialize and have fun, right? So you have some options when you go there. You can either get a locker. Some bathhouses have hundreds of lockers. You can get a locker, or you can get a room. And some bathhouses have bigger rooms like deluxe rooms or sling rooms or video rooms. And it just depends on the configuration of the bathhouses. And nowadays, sometimes they even have some bathhouse sex club hybrids. There's one in Las Vegas that is called, God, what's the name of it? I forgot the name. It's called, I forgot. But you know, it'll come back to me. So there's Hawk's Gym. That's it. It's a half bathhouse, half sex club, and it's a great place because you have a steam room, sauna, but you also have kind of like the sex club element. So some bathhouses have pools. There's places like the Water Garden or Flex in LA, Water Gardens in San Jose. They have big pools. And one of the bathhouses I really recommend if you're in Paris, there is a place called Sun City. They have a really massive pool in their basement. And they actually have a built-in hammam right next to the pool. So there's all different configurations of bathhouses. You don't have to really do much. Everybody gets a towel. You put the towel on, you get to walk around and just strut your stuff and have fun. So I feel like every man should at least once try and go to a bathhouse. But how do you act at a bathhouse? Well, let me give you some etiquette. So etiquette's really important at a bathhouse because you may not know what you're expecting, but you will know a little bit after I give you some of these unofficial rules. Well, first off, turn your smartphone off. It's a big no-no. And it's part of one of the things that you're probably going to sign when you come into the bathhouse. They don't want you taking pictures, and you really don't want anybody taking pictures or videos for you ending up on Tumblr or social media or whatnot. So turn your cell phones off. Plus, honestly, when you're trying to get busy with another guy, you really don't want to hear another person in the room talking to their boss or their mother about some recipe that their mom wants, okay? Second, don't yuck anyone's yum, okay? If you see someone engaging in something that you wouldn't, just walk away. Really don't judge them. I mean, people like all different things. So you may be doing stuff that people don't like. So really don't yuck anyone's yum. Number 3, if someone shuts the door, they most likely want to be left alone. So if you're kind of cruising a person and they're sitting in their room, if they shut the door, don't start knocking or sticking a note under there. They probably want to be left alone. They may not actually be into you, but don't take it personal. There'll probably be more guys in the place. Fourth, if a man's laying face down on his bed with the door wide open, he may want to bottom, or he may want you to just watch him. It could also mean he wants his ass played, so you might have to ask him some permission and maybe check in with him. And if he touches you and shakes his head no, he's probably not into you. Number 5, remember to take care of all your douching at home. Nobody wants a messy queen spilling their junk all over. So clean it out. If it's brown, flush it down. Make sure you clean before you go. And most bathhouses actually have a lot of bathrooms and shower facilities that you could actually spritz yourself up and do a little bit of a touch-up. Number 6, if you're going to get busy outside, expect a crowd. It may include or may not include men you're not attracted to, so be prepared. If you're going to have some outside of the rooms, outside of your private room, sex in some of the some bathhouses have like little arcades, video rooms, seating areas, and even little mazes. If you're going to have sex there, be prepared that there are going to be other guys that you may not like, or your partner that you're playing with, you may not even know him, may not want to be in a group scene. So if you're a voyeur, then do it. If you like to have group sex, then go right ahead. But you may not be attracted to everybody, so just be prepared for that. Number 7, if a guy's playing with his package in front of you, before you reach out and touch the merchandise, make sure he's giving you the physical cues. So what are the physical cues? Well, he'll smile, he winks, maybe he grabs his cock several times, and then he stares at you and signals that he wants you to taste a little bit of his sausage. So make sure you pick up on some of those physical cues, because you don't want to like really go in there and do something that's going to make you or the other person feel uncomfortable. Number 8, when someone says no, it's not always about you. Sometimes the person's just taking care of themselves, right? Yeah, I know he's the only guy you wanted to have sex with in the place, but just tighten that towel and go find someone else. Number 9, if it's the opportunity that you wanted to have that three-way, then if all 3 of you are compatible, then enjoy. Feel free to explore, and if there are any other men you want to join in, just do it. This is your opportunity to have sex with more than one man or play with a group of guys. Number 10, if those 2 hot men on the jacuzzi suddenly get quiet or not even staring at you, you probably have to cool off and take a spin around the bathhouse. So if you feel like you're being a cock blocker, you probably are. And what's a cock blocker? Well, if some guys are trying to get it on and you're trying to get it on with both of them or one of them and you're interrupting their flow, that's a cock block. So don't be a cock block. And number 11, just have fun. Don't take yourself so seriously, right? It's all about having a good time, having fun, dropping into pleasure, and being safe and sane and really clear-headed that you're there for one reason, is to have fun and have pleasure. I always tell a lot of guys before you go to a bathhouse, make sure you have an intention. If your intention is to suck 10 dicks, then maybe that's your intention. But if your intention is also just to get some steam, hang out in the jacuzzi, maybe actually meet some people, because there are a lot of really cool people that go to the bathhouse. Not everybody's there to have sex. So maybe your intention is just to escape from a long day of work, or maybe your intention is maybe to meet somebody. Whatever your intention is, I recommend just having fun, making it light, and enjoying yourself. And you get to just drop into your body and make it a pleasurable time. So I hope that this information is giving you some kind of desire to jump on your car or on the bus or in your little scooter and go to a bathhouse. So, what is it about a bathhouse that you enjoy? I want to hear all of your comments. I want to hear from you about bathhouses and your experience about bathhouses. So let me know. You can email me at metamorphicembodiment@gmail.com. Check out my website at www.metamorphicembodiment.com. And subscribe to my page. Every Tuesday and Thursday I have a new video. And so I like talking about sex, sexuality, intimacy, body, everything for the man, gay, bisexual, trans, or even heterosexuals. You can watch this too to find out more about your body and how you can have the most maximum amount of pleasure. This is JoJo Bear. Thanks for watching.